All right, and we should be all set. And this is not a color balanced pack. Okay, we're gonna take the rare, assuming that this actually happens. But there are no green cards in this pack. So I do like Cruel Witness. I don't mind a Mind Leech Ghoul. Lacerate Flesh is decent. Shield Basher is an overperformer. I once cast Supernatural Rescue as though it had Flash without controlling a spirit because I didn't know how the thing worked. So that was awkward. But it looks like we're going to continue with the draft, going to assume that the packs are working for everybody else. We get to start with this, which is sort of a Spite Mare. It's also just like a messed up card. That's whenever a permanent you control is dealt damage on the back. That is very powerful. Okay, so what do we want in this pack? There's Excommunicate, Guardians, both totally solid white cards. Canonist, despite being a rare, probably the worst white card in the pack behind Welkin Guide. I mean, these are pretty close. I don't like either of them. The Thrash, not the worst, does keep me in red. Cancel, I do like. I think can be underrated. Arguably the best card in the pack. Thinking about taking Excommunicate anyway. It's nice to not start the draft with 2 double pipped cards. This can potentially work better in a deck with the Loner than Cancel. Don't want to take either of the Grixis cards just because they're 3 colors and we do have 2 packs. So yeah, let's just take Excommunicate. And it'll be telling whether we wheel a white card. This is interesting. So Cadaver Imp now, Caravan Escort, Growth Spasm, Eel Umbra, not a bad card. I want to take Cadaver Imp. I think this card is not particularly good in the original set, Rise of the Eldrazi, but I do think it's pretty good outside of that. Okay, that was a lot of words. Take the Cadaver Imp. How many packs do we have? Only have 1 pack. Whew. All right. Let's keep on going. So what do we want from this one? Dark Bargain, totally solid card, potentially combo with the Cadaver Imp. There's also Sanctuary Smasher, pretty reasonable. Excavation Mole, not bad. Facet Reader is actually a pretty nice card, and it does combo with the Cadaver Imp. So let me see. What do I want to take out of this one? I mean, just a 6-mana 6/4 First Strike seems like a totally solid guy, and First Strike draw a card is a nice combat trick as well. Seems like it could be a red signal that this is still in the pack. I wouldn't fault anyone for taking Dark Bargain. It might be a better pick. I don't think you're supposed to take Mole, but it's possible that you could take the Facet Reader. Okay. I can now take a Boros Guildgate. I don't really want to splash Excommunicate, but you never know. This pack is not very good. I could take Gird for Battle, pretty decent aggressive card. I mean, you know, 2 power and toughness for 1 mana, not too shabby. Could take Devious Cover Up if I wanted to go a more controlling route. I could take Pitiless Gorgon. This is possibly the best pick because I do have a double black card, and this leaves me open to potentially play black or green. I think I like that a lot. The one thing I don't like about this is, again, the double pip. Like, how many cards am I going to pick up here with double pips? I think this leaves me so open. It's also a nice combo with the Sanctuary Smasher. Can cycle and give this thing First Strike, and then the First Strike Death Touch interaction is pretty nice. But I wouldn't fault anyone for taking Gird for Battle, especially because white might be open here. And then there's a pack with no white cards. Okay, well, looks like we are good for now. I'm not going to be playing Horde of Notions. I'm not going to be taking any of the red cards, but I think Dream Spoiler Witch is it's just a totally solid card. We don't have any instants at the moment, but the nice thing about Chaos is, you know, only in pack 1, definitely have some time to pick up either instants or maybe some cards with flash if we're lucky. Do like Streambed, Aquatects, a good amount, but otherwise not a very good pack. Double check that I don't have any elementals or anything. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll just take this guy. Okay, well, we did leave ourselves open to red-green here by taking that Gorgon, and Aetherstream Leopard is a totally solid card. I don't really want to take Trophy Mage. I think Universal Solvent is probably on the slow side. I think that I'm probably just going to take Aetherstream Leopard, try to give myself outs to play red-green, maybe black-green. I don't think Lifecrafter's Gift is very good, and a lot of the cards in this pack are really bad. Siege Modification is good with like tokens specifically, because then if you lose what you're enchanting, you didn't lose like 2 cards of investment. And this is technically an instant for the Dream Spoiler Witches, but I'll just take a reasonable 3-drop. I don't see a reason to take like the Solvent or anything, so. Especially with like mostly new or newish packs, like everything so far is modern legal. Something like Solvent is going to get quite a bit worse depending on the speed of the format, so. Seems like white is probably not open. Could take something like a Stronghold Taskmaster. I don't think that's very good. Bottomless Pit doesn't strike me as great. I guess there's Provoke, which could be interesting. It's also an instant for the Dream Spoiler Witches. It's probably the highest upside card in the pack, and we're maybe moving into green here, so I don't hate that. That said, it being an instant for Dream Spoiler Witches, it's not really amazing because you're not getting a ton of value. I guess, or, oh, yeah, target creature you don't control, so there is really just no value if you play this on the opponent's turn, but the other cards in the pack are pretty bad. Okay, well, this guy is not very good. This is basically a Raise Dead, but I think the Ghoul is actually pretty nice for us. It's a 2-drop, we don't currently have any of those, and it sacrifices things. You can even have it sack itself, so kind of guarantees some value with the Cadaver Imp. You can just go turn 2 Ghoul, sack itself, turn 3 Imp, get it back. So I think all of that's pretty good for me. And we could try to go deep on some sacrifice nonsense here with the Elder. There's also a white card here, but white hasn't been very open. It's funny because I don't think this thing is very good, and I don't expect to have any real like sacrifice synergy. So I kind of just want to take the bear. It's funny because we also saw Rise of the Eldrazi pack, and a Glory Seekers was in that one as well. So there are other literal bears going around, but we haven't seen much red or white, so it's unlikely this pick is really going to matter. Let's just take the bear. 2 drops are going to be important, even if that one doesn't go into our deck. Like at this point we're basically playing black, I think, and we don't really know what else we're playing. We could play red, could play green. Probably not playing white. Definitely have a strong incentive to play red. Okay, well, I don't hate just continuing to take green cards either. So we're going to be taking a 5-drop here. Do we want a 2/8 or do we want a 3/5? I think we want a 2/8. They kind of do the same thing, except I think a 2/8 is just going to be better for board stalls a lot of the time. Gaining the random life might matter. We could end up looking like a more controlling deck. Yeah, I think I'm just in for a Life Strider here, and we might just be some kind of Golgari deck. We could just take all the toughness in the world here. Or I could take Inactive Treason. I'm not really going to have a creature with Menace very often. Not too concerned about the upside anyway. But I think even if I don't play the Pangolin, just taking a black card for signaling makes a lot of sense here. I don't think it's gonna... Apparently Golgari is just super open. That's really funny. And actually, Undercity Uprising, not a card I like very much, but we now have a 1/5 and a 2/8. These are creatures that are going to be good at surviving if we give them Death Touch and fight something, and where we also don't have any real removal. So I think this Uprising is actually going to make our deck, which is really funny. I guess we'll take this for signaling. Technically, it's an instant. But yeah, somebody can... If somebody lives the Horde of Notion's Dream, then that's just fine. Oh, wow. Into Casualties of War, which I think we have to take. But man, this is a stacked pack. This pack is awesome. So Angrath and Cruelty are both great. Or actually, maybe it's best to try to wheel this Casualties. Like, it's double black, double green. What is it really blowing up? It's blowing up a creature. I mean, in the original set, this was great. But it's blowing up a creature, certainly a land, probably an artifact or enchantment, probably not a planeswalker. So I don't actually think it's that good, and there's a real chance it could wheel. So in that case, let's get a little greedier, take a look at either Cruelty or Angrath. Yeah, Nick, this set is absolutely busted. Good to see you, by the way. Really glad that I noticed you were online today on Magic Online. What a random coincidence that worked out. I could take Jaya's Greeting if I wanted to like force red, but I don't really think that makes sense. We don't actually have that many 4-drops, but Cruelty is just so good. Let's take Cruelty. Angrath could be correct, but I don't know. This card's just awesome, and hopefully we'll wheel the Casualties. What? I thought black-green was supposed to be a thing in this set. Maybe I'm misremembering. Or wait, no. This is a set where you can get +2/-2 for 3 mana, and you can also get like the Ebony 3/3 guy and stuff, like Tree Folk or whatever. I guess for us, we can take Emblazoned Golem. Jilt is very strong. They did the pre-release GP of the set in London. That sounds sweet. Yeah, I still haven't actually played any GPs. The first tournament I'll be playing, first paper tournament that is, will be CubeCon, which is coming up in just over a week, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I think we just want to take the Golem here. It's nothing super special. Jilt is obviously very strong, but this is just a surprisingly bad pack of Apocalypse for us. And another really subpar pack. I mean, Consumptive Goo, not a bad card, but it's definitely on the slower side. Sprouting Vines, I do think could be interesting for us. Accelerated Mutation, I think, is an overperformer. Carrion Feeder, not a bad card, but we'll take the Goo. I kind of just want to take Leonin Scimitar now. I love equipments, and just a random short sword. Yeah, I'm glad to. And I'll probably try to make a Masters Edition draft happen. I've been talking about that for way too long relative to like the actual steps I've taken to make it happen. We fire Chaos drafts most frequently in the server, partially because I'm biased. It's pretty much my favorite format, but also we have a lot of people who love Chaos in the server, so it's just easier to fire Chaos drafts than a lot of the other formats. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to take the Scimitar here. Whale of the Nim, not a bad card either. If we could wheel that one, I think I'd be happy. And just as I've picked up an equipment, how about a strictly worse Leonin Scimitar, the Veteran's Sidearm? Maybe just taking a Rabid Bloodsucker here. The sidearm isn't terrible. There's also Ghirapur Gearcrafter, which is a very nice red 3-drop. But I just don't know that I'm in red. Like, it seemed like green was very open in pack 1. And then, I mean, obviously we do have strong incentive to go into red with the Ill-Tempered Loner. I don't think I'm supposed to take the Gearcrafter. I think it's probably okay to take the 5-drop. It's another flyer, which isn't amazing, but I think it's okay. The Gearcrafter is definitely the best card in the pack, but... Oh, Attack Sushi. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, flashbacks and jank sets are amazing. Um, oh wow, Renzer on Hydra. This is a very good card. Nice, flexible, powerful, and thank you for the follow as well, Attack Sushi. Don't always see the sub and the follow in the opposite order, but it's always exciting when that happens. Smell Fear. Probably not going to do too much for us. We don't have a ton of counters. Only have one pack, so I'm not slowing down the draft too much. We've got some readers today. Your brother's one who really enjoys chaos drafts. You're sure you can rope him in? Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. The server's open invite. Always happy to have new people join. The more the merrier. All that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we just finished an episode. We just had Amaz on the show, on the podcast, and he was awesome. He's a very avid chaos drafter, and I don't think I have a link up for that episode yet, but I'm really looking forward to listening to it. He's a very skilled player. I thought he'd been playing Magic for like, I don't know, like a decade or longer. Maybe it's close to a decade for him. I don't remember the exact number of years, but he really hasn't been playing for as long as at least I would expect. I think I want to take Tamiyo's Completion here. Very nice removal spell. I don't currently have any fixing for it, but I do think it's worth splashing. I don't think the Dramatist's Puppet is really worth it. Also, what was I going to say? Dream Spoiler Witches does work with the completion, so it's a random card with flash that can trigger that. Not super likely to make our deck necessarily, but we'll see. Ooh, Primal Hunt Beast, just a totally solid card. Hexproof Hill Giant. There's also Mark of the Vampire. We have 2 packs. Yeah. Yeah, he does like the trophy races. He was up there in the last Chaos Trophy race as well. I ended up tying for first in that one with someone who's actually in the draft with us today, which is not a not a huge surprise. Yeah. Oh yeah, collab with Newmont sounds sweet. Yeah, I've been getting a little bit more into the trophy races and stuff too. Let's see, the first trophy race I won, that was in Ixalan flashback. It was like Rivals of Ixalan and Original Ixalan, and I didn't even like, this is a 5-drop. We'll take Mark of the Vampire. I think it's a little more interesting than the Hill Giant. Okay, Snare Spinner. Do we want just a random 2-drop, or do we want kind of a silver bullet? Oh no, we didn't get the casualties. Wow. I'm kind of shocked. I thought this pack was so good that we definitely were getting the casualties on the wheel. Yeah, it's funny. I went into the Ixalan flashback planning to do like 1 draft, and then I trophied, and it was like, well, I can't stop after a trophy, right? I don't think anyone's ever been able to stop after a trophy. So then I did another one, and then, you know, one thing led to another, and before long, I was the trophy leader. And I think by 1 trophy, like right at the end too. Yeah, I'm happy still with the cruelty pick. I'm a little bit surprised someone took the casualties, but I almost got sucked into it too. I mean, it's just a very exciting card to open. And with 8 players, like, it's not that unlikely that someone's able to do that. I'm pretty interested in this Savage Gorilla now and a potential blue splash with the Tamiyo's Completion over there. But again, we have no fixing, but a blue splash also would improve the Emblazoned Golem. That said, I'm not going to be playing Divergent Growth. I don't think the Wirewood Symbiote is going to work. That's more the Smasher's speed. The Smasher is the person I tied with in the trophy race. Accelerated Mutation. Yeah, I think we'll probably be taking this. It's not an amazing combat trick because it is so expensive. There's a card actually, I think a standard legal combat trick that's basically the same effect but for 2 mana. Oh, I have 4 packs. I need to speed up. That would be a shame. Oh. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll just take this Forger here, by the way. I don't know your purposes for from taking a break from Magic. Oh, and we actually got the sidearm back. That's pretty nice. We might play both. This thing has a really high ceiling. I'm I'm not really going to be making a bunch of tokens. I would say the server's in pretty good shape. I do know someone else actually who pretty much started a community extremely similar to mine, and his community really took off. The one thing that's nice about like where I feel like I am currently in terms of all these Magic circles is it feels like if I want to play Magic, it isn't either super hard to find ways to play that are different from just like the typical leagues on Magic Online, or like ways to play Magic that I really enjoy. And in the past, it has been kind of hard to do those things. This is a good pack, by the way. We have Fierce Band Brawler, Typhon, and Final Death. This is the wrong temple for us to potentially splash blue, but we would happily play it if it wheeled. Again, it does improve the Golem, and just a green Scryland is totally fine. Do we want Typhon or do we want the Brawler? It's going to kind of depend on the curve. There's also Final Death, of course. I've stared at this pack for a minute now, and I have no better idea of what to take than before. Based on the green-black card not wheeling, yeah. Based on the green-black card not wheeling, I don't think it's super likely that we're getting anything back. So like something I would sometimes do as a tiebreaker would be like take Final Death, and then if there's only one other green drafter, then I can wheel a green card. We'll take the Brawler, by the way. I'm not sure if this is correct, but that's kind of the fun of it, right? Get to find out at least how the card performs. Oh wow, they passed me a Planeswalker, and I'm not in red anymore. Do I just have to hate draft this guy? I don't think red is on the table. What does this one do again? Okay. 4 mana, 4 loyalty, upticks to find mountains. I can pass this, right? Somebody else can pass it, I can pass it. But I have to at least have something worth taking. I guess 5 mana, 4/4 haste, toxic 3 is not bad. I don't really want the reanimation. It's weird because pack 1 was where red didn't seem to be very open. We did start with a red rare. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to miss the Tyrannax all that much. We already have a bunch of 5-drops. We'll take the Koth out of circulation, and if something bizarre happens, we can maybe end up in red here. Oh, and then back to this pack, which is just absolute junk. Okay, do we just want to take a crappy 2-drop here, 2/1 trample for 2, or just a 2/1 vanilla? I don't think we would ever take the 2/1 vanilla. Could also take the Highland Wield, but the problem is we're never going to double splash Koth or the Loner. We don't really need this. The blue-white land isn't really doing anything for us. So I guess we're just taking Bull or Ox for curve. I mean, this is just a bad pack. There's not that much going on here. Flowstone, Wyvern. This card is nice. Oh, there's a Dark Banishing. Okay, we can just take that and not feel too bad about red seemingly being open out of nowhere. Serpent Warrior, totally solid card. Elven Right's probably okay, but yeah, Dark Banishing, quite good. Still no fixing, sadly, so it seems like the blue splash is either not going to work or it's going to be very difficult. Giant Spider now versus Anaconda, both totally solid. We do have a number of flyers and ways to block flyers. Anaconda gets worse because we're already looking to be green-black, which means we're less likely to play against someone who is in black. I also just think that, well, we do actually have a bunch of reach creatures. We have Snare Spinner and Ren's Run, and we have like 2 or 3 flyers as well. Let's take the Giant Spider. Yeah, let's just take the Spider. I think that's fine. And then the Crotic Acquaintance or something. That's funny. Yeah, let's take the Crotic. I think just a 3-drop that can turn into a big guy is pretty nice. There's also Press the Advantage is a perfectly reasonable combat trick. But it is 4 mana, really wants multiple creatures in play. We could take Press the Advantage. It's actually, it might be correct. I mean, the Crotic, how big is this guy exactly? So it starts as a 2/2 for 3, and then for 7 mana, it flips into a 7/6. I think we can just take the combat trick, actually. Oh, wow. Wild Size. Well, this is just a great pack. Bladewing's Thrall. We do have some flyers, but probably not any dragons. Wall of Roots would also be very, very good. Wall of Roots might be better. There's also Lead the Stampede, which could be better too. This is just, this is a surprisingly powerful pack to get here so late. Let's do a quick scan on the actual number of creatures we want to play. Maybe three or so of those are roughly playable, so we're still, well, I guess it makes more sense to count spells, and then we're probably not playing the completion. It says we have 16 creatures. Do you think Lead the Stampede is good? I don't think we need Wild Size. Like, we did just pick up a combat trick. I think it's Lead the Stampede or Wall of Roots. I don't think this deck is particularly good at getting card advantage, so I think we can take the Lead the Stampede here. But it's funny because Wild Size is also card advantage. Wall of Roots would also be totally fine, though. This is one of the hardest picks of the draft. No idea if that was correct. Okay. We could take the Eidolon now. Vote Wild Size, yeah. Definitely a good chance I should have taken the Wild Size. And I don't love Lead the Stampede. It's kind of high variance and it can be clunky. This guy's not great. I think this thing's okay. Technically, we do have 2 gold cards. I could also just hate draft something. I mean, this is just a bad pack. I don't think the cards from this pack really matter. I think Drekavac is really bad. Five. That's quite a few, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Wild Size definitely could have been a better option. Okay, so there's nothing for me in this pack, which is fine. What do I want to take away from somebody else? Could take Sleep of the Dead as the only blue card, but I don't think it's spectacular. That said, the whole pack is pretty bad, so that's probably just fine to do. Leave somebody with a bunch of Boros cards, which are all pretty medium. And then now, let's see, probably just taking an Edict, but it's a 3-mana Edict. Am I reanimating something? From a graveyard. Yeah, maybe if my opponent has some really strong stuff to kill, I can reanimate it. The Brawler would be another good card to reanimate. Sure, but I don't think we're main decking it. Do we want this? There are so many snow lands in this pack. 2 snow basics plus 2 snow duels. Each other attacking Aurochs. I guess we technically have one other Aurochs, right? Somewhere, the 2/1. Yeah, let's just take this guy. And sure, this thing I think has to be more annoying than the Nomads. And these cards don't matter at all. Okay, so I think this deck is reasonable. If we got some blue fixing, we really would have been happy. But we have some solid removal, definitely some good creatures, hopefully a well-rounded enough deck. I'm going to have to focus on deck building a bit later. The first thing we're going to have to focus on here is just the whole card lending and trading thing. I haven't had my rental account running for a bit, but I should be able to get my deck with no problem. The question will be who all is going to need me to lend them cards. So that's going to take a minute to figure out. And I'll probably just mute the stream for that. I don't think it's going to make a lot of sense to have the stream running. Yeah, I'll probably just... Should I even keep the stream running? It probably makes the most sense for me to just turn the stream off, because that'll speed up the trades too. And then I can make a phone call that I have to make and then boot the stream back up. Yeah, sounds good. Stream will be back up for the matches if anybody wants to tune back in. Okay, going to 5. Alright, keep. So we need to... Blocks this turn of Fable. Doesn't say what it blocks. Let's just do this. Little resizing there. And we find the double black off the rip. Very nice. There's no reason to say that. Okay. Battle Wand Oak. Do I want to provoke that? I think I probably do. Okay, sure. With Dark Banishing. If there's a forest here, I think I'll... Do I want to kill this guy? If there's a forest... It's like pretty... Yeah, with no forest, I'm happy to just take one. Oh, Raging Crunch. Well, I don't want to try to isolate this guy. I don't think that's going to work. So let's just kill the one that's powerful here. And we draw the pangolin. It's kind of funny. Okay, and then now forest would be a nice draw. Swamp, not a terrible draw either, as it unlocks the Bloodsucker for us. As long as we're going to be able to block and play defense, we should be in good shape here. Whatever I'm trying to say. So our deck did end up a little short on playables. Not huge surprises. It was pretty scatterbrained during the draft. And we did pivot. And really, I mean, if we... Oh, interesting. If we got... if we wound up in blue, then I think we really could have had a powerful deck with the completion on the splash, the gorilla, and just the extra power to the emblazoned golem, but we ended up kind of short multiple cards because the gorilla is not playable without the blue, in my opinion, and obviously we are not running the completion either. Forger is just too expensive, so yeah, we ended up building it like this. Could have played the Veteran's sidearm, but it seemed like Leonin Scimitar is just the one short sword would be enough. Okay, what do we have here? Raka Disciple and a Giant Growth. I think I might have held on to Giant Growth, but I'm not sure what the hand is. Leopard. Well, this guy can at least attack, and if it trades off, it unlocks the Cadaver Imp for us, so it plays pretty quickly here, which is kind of nice. This guy, blue or white? So I wonder if we're missing a color, maybe? Because this guy doesn't seem very playable in Gruul. So maybe he's like Naya? That could make sense. Okay, Forest, we have a free block with a Pangolin. And a 5-drop. Oh, the Tyrannax, okay. Well, if they both attack, which they do, we will just be blocking here. Mark of the Vampire, that seems pretty nice. I think I just want to put that on the Leopard and probably just use the energy. Yeah. Just get my value out of this guy right away. It's not going to be terribly easy for Gruul to kill a 4/5. It does trade with the Tyrannax, and then we do have the Cadaver Imp too. We still have a 5-drop and a 6-drop in hand. I don't love the Raw Dog Mark of the Vampire, but if there is a matchup for it, it is probably against Gruul, hopefully. There's the, whatever you call it. What's this guy again? The Typhon. This is also just a heck of a blocker here. Could go Mind Leech Ghoul. Just Mind Leech Ghoul sack itself with the Cadaver Imp, I guess, makes sense. I mean, a 2/2 here doesn't seem like it's doing a ton. And maybe some expensive cards in hand for the opponent. Yeah, I don't think we really need to attack anymore. Let's just play this, get rid of it. And then if we whiff on land, we know what we're doing with the Cadaver Imp. see what we get out of the hand. Just a mountain. Okay, interesting. This Fierce Band Brawler not looking spectacular with multiple 4/4s over there. It's really just missing like 1 point of toughness from being able to work. Frenzied Raptor, okay. I mean, so far I feel like we're pretty far ahead of all this. If we just draw a land, the Bloodsucker should kind of just kill the opponent, which is nice. So there's nothing with reach over there. Yeah, okay. And now we don't have to go for the Cadaver Imp play. If the opponent was on 1 card in hand, I could see doing that, but another thing is like this guy has extra value because it's the only flyer on the board with no reach creatures, so Cadaver Imp probably wants to buy this back if it can. Looks like Reclaim. What did we find there? Giant Growth, I guess? Yeah, we reclaimed Giant Growth, okay. So we know Giant Growth is in hand. So we want to put the 1/5 on the 4/2, and then we want to double block the Tyrannax, I think. Yeah. So one option the opponent has here is just kill the 3/2 without using the Giant Growth. Okay, we are going to use the Giant Growth. That's fine. We lose our guys. They lose their guy. But we also have the Brawler to get back the flyer. We also just have a 2/8 off the top, which is pretty sick. I guess I just want to play a 2/8. I didn't realize that I was going to lose both creatures there, but it doesn't really change anything. I think the play is probably still correct. Do I want to tap the Gloom Pangolin to gain 2 life? Doesn't seem correct, no, because if the opponent just draws a land, it's a little awkward. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go no and pass. If we draw a forest, we can kill the Battle Wand Oak. Can't really kill the other ones. Should be a really nice matchup for us. The opponent has so far no evasion. We have a bunch of guys with really high toughness, and we can just sit behind them. Oh, Legion Warboss. Okay, well that's scary, but it's not too scary, fortunately. We will kill that with the Brawler if we draw Forest. Yeah, you can't really send anything else, because if you send the Battle Wand, I just double block it. If you send this, the 2/8 goes in front of it. So this is kind of the only attack you can make, yeah. The high toughness guys, the 2/8. Just allowing me to survive here. Okay, Scimitar, sure. So at this point, let's go Cadaver Imp, get back the Bloodsucker. Equip the Imp, and then we're going to hit for 2. Should be pretty far out in front. I mean, there are some cards that can mess us up here, but the good news is there shouldn't be too many of them. Okay, just a land. It's a forest. Do we go for a big attack? I don't think the big attack works here, though. It's the one thing. Because now, like, what are my options? I can go, like, I don't know, 2/8 here, this here, this here, or something. This feels pretty good. And we draw that, which is also very nice. And I think at this point we just kill the Battle Wand. And I think we even send the Life Strider now. My computer keeps turning off, so I don't know if anything's happened in chat, but I'm just going to assume the answer is no. Oh, and a Ren's Run Hydra as well, very nice. No reason to attack with anything that's already in play, so let's run out the Bloodsucker. This was a mold of 5 as well, I think, right? So I think that bodes well, and we now have a 2-turn clock, except it's actually a 1-turn clock because we can just one-shot the opponent with the Ren's Run Hydra. We're not going to go for it if they have 2 cards in hand like this. Now we're going to tap very strangely and pass the turn. Okay. Probably attacks. Nope. Okay. Land, and then the Bloodsucker should be lethal here, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Well. Alright. That was good, at least. Sarkhan's Rage, huh? That's a good card. So far I like my deck. It's not very often you end up with a Golgari deck that you like in Chaos, at least if you're me. But did like how things started off there. We are short on playables, which is why we have like Bull Aurochs in our deck and stuff, but I think in this matchup it's not insane. We might actually want Vat Emergence. We can reanimate a couple guys. We can hit like the Raging Crunch. We can hit the Legion War Boss. I don't hate it. Take out the 2-1. It's probably just correct not to run the Bull Auroch, so we can just try Vat Emergence maybe after this, but whatever. I mean, it's just, I don't know. This guy is just so unexciting. Even the Mark of the Vampire was good there. Like, everything kind of lined up nicely for us, I think. Oops. Either start a match or play a modern match. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, we've got more mulligans here. It's not ideal. Hopefully we won't go to 5 again. This hand looks good. Keep. but I don't know what to get rid of. Maybe the scimitar? Leave myself with the stampede, lands, creatures. Maybe I get rid of the Hydra. No, that's crazy. Can't get rid of the Hydra. Okay, whatever. Because short sword is good with lead the stampede in multiple ways because you can find multiple creatures off the stampede. So then like the equip, re-equip game plan makes more sense. But the other thing is it's also just a cheap card from hand that you can play early, which means that you are less likely to discard to hand size if the lead the stampede goes big. Let's see if there's a 2-drop here. There is. Fortunately, I mean 1/3 Death Touch is certainly annoying, but it doesn't really do a ton against me right this second. Makes me happy I didn't run out short sword turn 1 though. That is for sure. Alright, so we'll see how this lead stampede does. We do need to find lands. Could be ugly. Just a pangolin. Well, we cycled. We certainly cycled. Okay, Visionary. Looks like we're maybe both missing lands, but Nick finds a land here. Oh, it's turn 4. Nick already missed a land. So we're just gonna keep getting hit by that 1/3 Death Touch. We can just play the Gorgon and trade, I think. Missing land, obviously not ideal, but our hand is pretty good. If we can find a swamp, then I like our spot. We can also cast the Cruelty. Weird. So this is a giant growth, maybe? I don't really know what's going on here. Wild size, okay. That kind of makes sense. It does make sense that they have the wild size. Okay, forest, don't love that. We could just play Hill Giant here. Probably not doing much better than that. If we hit 5 mana, we might be doing some other stuff. We also might just not hit 5 mana for a while. Try to get some pressure going against the opponent. We can also trade these, but I don't think we would do that. I could just have the Tyrannax here. We could go for the Cruelty, but then we can't go Cruelty into Reanimate, which is a little bit annoying. Because I would like to reanimate the Tyrannax. Would we block the Kappa if they have Tyrannax attack with both? Probably still no. Yeah, I mean, Consumptive Goo really bodies the Kappa. Okay, they don't have it. That's nice. Take the damage. And then they've got to have something here. Dragon Fodder. Okay. And Cadaver Imp. Very awkward. Get to attack for 3. Opponent shouldn't have any good blocks. Okay. So there's no giant growth. Whatever. I can play the Pangolin, which does block the Goblin tokens. Still need to draw a Swamp. Getting absolutely wrecked by our mana base here. Okay, opponent hopefully not doing a whole lot. Yeah, we have to block here. No choice in the matter. Interesting that they have Legion Warboss and Dragon Fodder. Potentially a sick curve from them. What can they have here? Okay, sure. That's pretty annoying. Basically 3 mana Blade Brand. At least they still lose their guy, but that was definitely a bad trade for me. Funny thing is we are actually going to be ahead in the race just with the 3/3 reach. And they have a morph, which we might just kill. Is anything worth reanimating here for 5 mana? I guess, regardless, I probably want to do it pre-combat. Yeah, maybe let's get the Pitiless Gorgon here and make our guy a 4/4. Don't love this play, but it's probably fine. Try to keep up the pressure. Don't know if we saw any morphs during this draft. Oh, we saw the huge guy, the Megamorph guy, which flips into a 7/6, so the 2/2 Death Touch might actually be the solution here. That's probably what it is, too. It's probably the 7/6. Kind of hope we draw a Swamp. Yeah, I mean, Swamp's got to be our best draw, right? No attack. Okay. Yeah, it has to be that 7/6. There's no way it's not the 7/6. So I guess it's just Snare Spinner pass. And then be sad because the opponent has a 7/6. I think the correct play for the opponent was attack with the 1/3 Death Touch, because then this is a favorable trade if they do have the 7/6. And the other thing is then I'm more likely to attack with my Hydra, which they can then eat. Or at least it seems like they could eat it. Alright. Sarkhan's Rage. I think I need to kill this guy right now. I imagine this is the 7/6. Yeah, it is. Okay, nice, we got him. And we only said 7/6 like 1,000 times before we got there. And Reclaim to get Sarkhan's Rage back. Okay, so they can now Sarkhan's Rage the Ren's Run, which is annoying. But then they only hit me for 1, and they take 2. We still need to find Swamp pretty badly. Yeah, so that happened as predicted. We'll do this. Still need to find Swamp. Find a Jotty Lifestrider. I think I'd rather... We can just tap both? Do I want to do that? That's probably good to do. If they have exactly the War Boss, then we're kind of hurting. Which they do. Okay. And they have this. Okay. So we do need to draw Swamp still. I mean, any land is still good for us, but this was definitely a bad outcome. I don't know. Like, we were aware that this was a possibility, but... Okay. I guess I just kill the War Boss. Okay. And then we just pass. Two cards in hand for the opponent. Tyrannex. That's annoying. Certainly annoying. We might just have to double block the Samurai. Okay, if this happens, we just bounce off the 2/8. I think you either need to send everything, or, yeah, I mean, I guess this is fine, but the 4/4 isn't really doing a ton. Okay, we still need to find a land. Is this good? I don't even know. Doesn't really do anything, right? I guess we can make a 3/5 lifelink and attack with that. Sure. Well, let's just play this and pass. We do get 2-for-1s by the tech wrecker, but it should be fine. We should win this game if we just ever draw a land. Wow, this is really annoying, actually. That's a big problem. We're actually in really bad shape to evolution vat. We can't block this guy anymore. I don't think that was the right play from the opponent, by the way. Okay. Giant spider. Yeah, we just need to draw land still. It's been a million turns of this. What does the opponent go for? They're gonna tap my blockers. Okay. I think that's alright-ish. Because then they have to deal with, like, you have to deal with this on the following turn, is the big thing. I don't think you want to do that. I think you want it to grow your own guys there. Especially if they don't go for the attack. They now do this, but now they're trading a death touch counter for Mark of the Vampire, which wasn't doing anything. Which I think I'm pretty happy about. Yeah. Oh, they didn't use the death touch counter. Okay. Finally we draw land. Okay. So let's play this. Let's hit the Peerless Samurai, which can't grow out of range of the 4/4. I tap it again. It's so strange. That can't be correct. Okay. But whatever this is too much mana. That guy, okay. Well, I guess we just put the Death Toucher into play now. I don't really see why not. And just pass. Start attacking with a Cadaver Imp. We should have this game. If we draw a Swamp, then we have Consumptive Goo plus Activate. Potentially built my mana base incorrectly. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Dream Spoiler, okay. I'm not going to say I was dead this game, but I think if the opponent used the Vat to play offense, we would be in big trouble, or we would have been. Okay, this time they make an 8/7, but it's still awkward for them because you kind of have to tap my Death Toucher now, but then I have good multi-blocks. Yeah, this should just be totally fine for me. And we draw the Dark Vanishing. Yeah, we should be just totally fine here. We actually get to use the Dark Vanishing on their turn, kill a Goblin, get the thing. I think we just do this now. Well, let's pass. Okay. The reason we're passing, we're trying to get them to, we're gonna go Dark Banishing here, see if they save a goblin. If they save it, then we just kill it anyway. Lacerate flesh. Well, that's annoying, but I can't do anything about it, so we got it. They're tapping out of the evolution vat now. Well, now we can just kill all of their guys, pretty much. So we can just do that now. Oh, whoops. Oh. Oops. I messed up. I needed to... in my head, the Dream Spoiler Witch was still in place, so we were going to kill a goblin. But it turns out it's fine. That's how it works, right? It's just fine. Okay. And then, yeah, the opponent plays this, which, I don't know, like, whatever. I should have just waited. It doesn't actually make a difference, but, yeah, okay. GG's. Okay. So, that took too long, and I misplayed at the end, even though it didn't actually matter very much. And so, these are the round 2 pairings. Goodbye, duck screenshot. Totally reasonable hand. I wonder if I misbuilt my mana base. It's very possible I did. Who all can we find over here? We can find 2 other matches. Okay. And yeah, still can't actually do anything here. So we can trade the leopard. Becomes blocked by a creature, so unfortunately that can attack through the leopard. Let's just play forest. Just try to race the opponent anyway. It's not great. Wait, opponent's missing a land drop, right? I think. Yeah, okay. So the opponent has 6 spells in hand. Right, we're happy to take the damage. See if we can get our 4 damage through with the leopard. They have this. I think we just kill that immediately. Okay, the old 3-2. Hit me for 5, sure. Snare spinner, interesting. So I think I am trying to play a little bit defensively here. Question is, do I want to tap the leopard? I definitely don't want to tap the life strider. I think the answer is yes to the leopard. It's a fun choice on the life strider, not used to playing with that card. Interesting, okay. I think I just send them both. Opponent takes the damage. I don't love that for me. Sure. Snare Spinner doing a good job versus these two. This guy can trade here. Oh, they have a Flame Slash on the Snare Spinner. Okay, okay. This is looking quite a bit worse now. Have to trade the Death Toucher for the 3/2, and we take 5 damage for our trouble. Okay, that's not good for me either. Mark of the Vampire, that's nice at least. So, send them in. And do I want to attack with the 2/8? No, that doesn't make any sense. Opponent has a 2/3 right there. All right, and then we have the ability to threaten lethal with this press the advantage, which we will probably do. I mean, we'll see what the opponent's up to. We have to take this, of course. Rootwater Hunter, okay, okay. Yeah, I think press the advantage is likely to work here. Let's start with the lead the Stampede. Some alarm bells should be going off in the opponent's head with this attack. Okay, I don't really know what's going on here, but all right. I think we just run it back. Yeah. Another mulligan. And another mulligan. Okay, this one we can at least keep. Black, black. Or maybe Scimitar in this hand. Our deck does have kind of a high curve. This lets me cast the double black cards. I don't think we're going to win this one on a mold of 5. Yeah, the swamp off the top, not ideal. Elusive Spellfist, okay. Well, get to play 3-drop, 4-drop this game. Okay, missing land from the opponent. Okay, we're gonna slash the spider, and okay, gear crafter, and I take 2 damage. All right, okay. Sky Swimmer Koi. Okay. Well, we should be pretty insulated against everything that's going on at the moment, which is very nice. Furnace Whelp, okay. I think I'd pass. I don't know. Land. Weird game. Whoa, okay. My leopard can attack once. Hitting my snare spinner, huh? It's definitely annoying. Still have the giant spider. I think I eat this. Dream Spoiler Witches, okay. I think think it's okay to just pass. I guess I can send in these. I don't really want to, though. Oh, geez. Okay. Hit the spider. Alright, that's very bad for me. Now I take 5. Now I need to top deck. That does not count as a top deck. Gotta do something. If I kept the equipment, would I be in good shape? I don't think so. Ah, geez. All right. Not bad for a mold of 5. On the other hand, not very good either. I don't think we really have a sideboard versus this matchup. Snare Spinner is very good. I do think I probably misbuilt my mana base. So let's cut a forest and add a swamp. Now we're on 4, 8, and 9. Yeah, I do think I actually misbuilt just a couple ways during this one. But we can still get there if we're lucky. It's just going to be really hard because Spiraling's deck is very good. Yep, we'll play first. Good hand. Sadly, although Reinforce is good, it does not count as like an instant. Yeah, well, this is why we built the mana base a little differently, but it seems like it doesn't quite matter. If we had double black, we might have just sacked this, but we don't. There's the Snare Spinner. Need a land pretty badly. Land, please. Do I just kill this guy? I guess I do. Maybe I needed to reinforce for 1? Okay, well. Sure. The old Life Strider, eh? Surging Flame. Alright, annoying. Yes. Wait. Now I have to get aggressive. Do I want to do this? I think it's fine. Very annoying play. Okay. Are we trapping the... Oh, you can kill the 4/4 reach now with 3 damage plus a ping. Definitely annoying. I now have a really tough option. I don't think I can give him a card. I think I gotta take the damage. Might have messed this up too. If I get the 2/2, well, I don't know. I can save my Cadaver Imp, but is that even good? I don't think so. I'm not a fan of how I've played this. Two Death Touch is good. Do I want to just play a big guy? Guess I probably do. Yeah, do you also have an Escapable Blaze? You do. Or, oh, you have Whispers, that's worse. Okay. Now you have the Blaze Moon. Oh, what is this? Additional cost, right? Underworld Ragehound, okay, okay. The Ragehound does die here though, right? That's the one thing for me. It's the 2/8 brick walls it. Yeah, that's the one thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't feel great about how I've played this. I think I've played this okay. I don't think I've, like, blundered everything away. Okay, we will block with the 2/8. This could be Blowout City, but I think it's time to send in this, probably. Nice thing about this is I don't actually have to use the combat trick. Okay. Yep. I will go for it here. I think this lets me threaten lethal. Is Death Touch trample? Well, I guess Death Touch actually isn't relevant because the guy's an X1. I mean, I have to go for it now. Yeah, he's not playing around it either. Please no counter Reno. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Gonna need like one more spell maybe. One of his cards is Whispers Atsushi maybe? No, this is, oh, this is the Rage Hound again, okay. Can he survive? He's got to be able to survive, right? Okay, Flame Slash that's fine. Shattered Ego this. That's also fine. Down to one card, which is Whispers. Wow, that's so good. That's really, really good. Alright, we're on the precipice. No intention of attacking with that guy anyway. I'm gonna pass, try to have the 5/5 eat the 4/2. Just casts it. Yeah. Alright. Well, again, don't feel amazing about how I played that one, but okay. So we're into the finals here. Looks like we'll be battling Stormcrow for the trophy. I think I built my deck differently already, but I didn't fix the mana. And this is the consequence of not fixing the mana. Get rid of a forest here. Wait, so then... So Artemis now... Please. I think beating Spiraling was a pretty big upset, by the way, for this deck. I don't think my deck is great. Well, with Cadaver Imp, I mean, we already are missing double black, so let's just get rid of the goo. Try to play a functional game if we find forest, which we do. Who's left? Okay, 2/2 double strike. So we probably need to leave this guy back. Well, yeah, we can't really afford to trade. Okay, let's pass the turn. Stupid mana base. Oh, wait. Oh, no, no, no. Gatekeeper Colossus, okay. Lead the Stampede, alright. We have no 1-drops. Wow, okay, we get 3 guys this time. Any order. And we can't attack, right? But I guess we're not going to be able to block either. I don't know, whatever, let's just pass. Try to protect my life total. And yeah, okay. Carrion Feeder, you got it. So here comes the Peace Walker, probably. Blessed Spirits, okay. Or Blessed, really. You can crew by just tapping the 2 power guys. Hit me for 6. We have the 2/2 Death Touch, though, so it's going to be a question of what removal the opponent has. Okay, they do this, which is fine. Do they trade? They don't. Would have liked to trade there. Obviously, I have to take the damage. Dark Banishing, okay. I would rather Dark Banish than go for the Gorgon here, I think. Well, actually, wait. We do have Dream Spoiler Witches, so we... But, Carrion Feeder and Ravenous Rats. The rats just get sacked to the feeder. Yeah, let's just go for the Dark Banishing. I don't want to give the opponent an opportunity to have removal. As long as they go for the crew, we should be okay. This is incredibly suspicious, though. That, in fact, this can't be right. This has to be wrong. I was supposed to play the Death Toucher, because the opponent, all they have to do is not crew. But I can have anything with Flash here, maybe. They don't necessarily know it's a removal. The other thing is if they can't add to the board, I don't get punished too badly anyway. Maybe I just have like a 3/2 flash. There's a vanilla 3/2 flash in black and 1 in green. Could have Pouncing Cheetah or Hired Blade. It doesn't have to be instant speed removal on your vehicle that I can't play on my turn. Let's see if these folks got it sorted out. Okay, got some nonsense going on. Yeah, maybe I just clicked through my turn, you know? Could be anything. So the Dream Spoiler Witches and the Consumptive Goo have been kind of underperformers. Oh god. Snapdax, okay. Well, we actually can't kill that because of the destroyed non-black creature thing. So we're just going to get Snapdaxed here into oblivion. That's so bad. That's really bad. Oh, wait. This is even better than I thought. 4 damage to target creature, planeswalker. Yeah, so I'm just getting dumpstered. I mean, this makes sense. We shouldn't be winning this. But we still need the opponent to crew here. If they don't crew, and they... I mean, yeah, okay. Thankfully they crew. But then we still die. So I guess we just block here, and then... I mean, let's see what happens. The opponent should probably... Well, they can just bounce off, but... Oh, they missed the... Oh, missing that sack is pretty big, because now Carrion Feeder actually dies, basically. Yeah, you really needed to sack there. But I still lose. I mean, well, I can draw... a land. Land does let me block this guy with a 2/8. Land? Oh, but we find cruelty. Okay. Let's get a little bit greedy here, perhaps. I might actually die to this 2/2 double strike is the one problem, but let's see. I mean, if we can induce an attack with the Blessed Spirits, then we'll do that. That was a pretty good draw, but remember land is also sort of an out. Okay, this is good, but it doesn't do anything immediately problematic. Okay, nice. Yeah, so we do get the eat on the Blessed Spirits, which is kind of what counts here, and then we might be able to survive, chat. Maybe. Okay. Forest. So we can just play the Gorgon, or we can play the 2/8. If we play the 2/8, we can bounce off the double striker / eat the double striker. Yeah, it has to be the 2/8 here. So we play the 2/8. But then we just have to chomp with Snare Spinner. We don't really have another option. Okay, that's fine. Everything is fine, chat. Everything is fine. Do not worry about the Abyss. What in the corpse dance? Yeah, so this doesn't actually kill me. And I get to block with the Snare Spinner. So we're actually still okay here. Maybe. If we draw Swamp, I think we're in this. Oh, the opponent goes for it. Okay, so we have to go chomp, eat. Go to 2. Opponent's double striker is cleared. Mark of the Vampire. That's a good start. We can't double spell here. We can go Dream Spoiler Witches into Mark of the Vampire and start trying to gain life. Maybe. We just need to hold the baby a little bit longer, chat. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. They're tapping too fast. Okay, Vulturous Haven. That's not that bad for me. And a Samite Healer. Okay, well, we need an instant for that. Okay, we find the Pangolin. If I go Mark of the Vampire here, attack, I gain, I was going to say 6. I gain 4 up to 6. And then I still have a block. Yeah. Everything is fine. We're going to be fine. We're not dead. Maybe. We go to like 1 here on board. Or wait, did I kill myself? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Yeah, we go to 1 on board. Suit up the Haven. +2, +1, so it, but the healer saves it. Yeah, that's Samite Healer. So the opponent can probably kill me, basically. If we draw Swamp, we might be alive. Maybe. Or an instant. Omen of the Dead? No. Okay. They find a Carrion Feeder. Okay. Does that matter? And Corpse... Oh, wow. They get the 2/2 double strike, and now I'm probably dead, right? Oh, I didn't realize they... Oh, I didn't realize they... Okay, yeah. Well... Okay. So I would have needed an instant there to do this, shrink the thing by 1, block one of the guys. Yeah, anyway, okay. Alright, so the opponent has a pretty streamlined / aggressive black-white deck. Our mana base is wrong. so we need to fix that. No, this is not the swamp we want. There we go. And then, can we do anything differently here? I kind of don't think so. It's really just the mana base. We really put up a fight there. We really put up a fight there, and we were kind of dead the whole time, so I'm happy about putting up a fight. Definitely have to play first in this matchup. We find the triple forest hand anyway. Gotta keep. No choice but to keep. We have the Gorgon with the hybrid mana. We have the lead the Stampede to draw some cards. Okay. Swamp, not the worst. That game was an absolute roller coaster. That was a crazy game. Well, Samite Healer is definitely annoying, but we do have a couple cards that can kill X1s. Snare Spinner. Do I just want that? I guess I do. It's kind of strange. But I think I would rather have this versus their board here. And then can maybe play Lead the Stampede next turn. Or we can go Gorgon. Gorgon might have some good attacks. We'll see what the opponent's up to. Blessed Spirits, okay. It's fine so far. There's a swamp, which is definitely important. Let's just play the creature. Opponent still doesn't actually have any attacks. We can trade the Gorgon here for the spirits. Guardians of Akraza. Okay, well now they get to send in the Blessed Spirits, which is very annoying. So they get to make 3/3 Blessed Spirits that they can prevent a damage to. On the other hand, we get to send in the Gorgon, which they don't have good blocks against, so at least we're doing something. They're on 2 cards in hand. Nested Shambler is pretty annoying for me. Okay, we get to play a 3/4 here, which I don't actually think matters. So let's send in the Gorgon. Opponent might block sack. I don't remember which 2-drops we have in the stack. I know we have Consumptive Goo. Oh, that's actually it, other than Provoke, which is not a creature. So basically we should leave double black untapped as we cast the Lead the Stampede here, because there are 2 creatures we can cast. And there's one that we wouldn't be able to cast if we did things differently. Okay, we got these 3. Not too shabby. Any order. Don't want to play 1/2 vanilla, so we'll pass. And then just land drops for a bit would be great. We could be totally fine here. Opponent can't really send a big attack. I mean, one thing they can do here is they can send these, but then they lose the Exalted there. Yeah, so we have to take our damage. Really need to find land. Land. Mind Bleach Ghoul. Well, that guy's pretty interesting, at least. I think we start by sending in the Death Toucher. And then do we just play the Leopard? Play the Pangolin. Let's send in the Death Toucher. Not doing so hot in the race. The goal is to attack through the Guardians, so let's play the Leopard. I guess we can, well, the other option is we can just make a bunch of guys. But is that something we want to do? Is a random card in their hand better than a 2/2? What turn is it? They could easily have a land in hand. I'm just going to play the 2/2. And then we'll play Leopard. Well, that is definitely a punish. Have to take the damage, no choice. And they do play a land. Okay, so not punished. Exactly. Sort of punished. So I want to make a big Pangolin this turn. So let's send in the Death Toucher again. Leave the other guys back. Or wait. Would I rather make a big Snare Spinner or a big Pangolin? Maybe it's a big Snare Spinner. So we definitely want to play this. And then I think it's the Snare Spinner. And then I guess that means we're chumping with the Mind Leech. Okay, it's just a guy. So they should send in the Estwald guy here. And they will. I'm currently losing. I need to find land, and then I have double... I can recur the Brawler twice, which I think should be really good. Can't attack anymore because of the Shaman guy. Land. Okay, we draw Consumptive Goo. This actually is going to be good, but it's definitely slow. we can... What do we do here? I mean, we have to play it. There's no question about that. I guess I'm also supposed to play Emblazoned Golem. It's just like a guy. Just a 2/3 chump blocker, I think. Well, or I can move the equipment. Would I rather take 3 damage or give up a guy? I think at this point I would rather take 3 damage, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I just don't think I'm gonna have time for all this stuff. And it's really awkward to be throwing my board away like this, but... Really tricky game. Then this coming turn I can move the scimitar from the snare spinner to the pangolin after killing the Samite healer. Maybe I'm overvaluing my life total here, but I just don't think the random creatures that I'm chumping with are going to do anything. I just need to buy myself time. What's going on here? Why are we attacking with the 3/3 into my 2/4? I mean, I'm going to block. Well aware this could go very wrong. There's got to be... What? What's going on here? Morbid card? Omen of the Dead. Oh, that's really tricky. Okay. Yeah, we need to draw land. This is a reward for the way we've played this game, though, which is nice. Land. Okay, thank goodness. So now we get to go Fierce Band Brawler. Actually get to kill the 3/3 and have our guy live, which is huge. Oh no. What's happening here? Oh, they're just gonna scry. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if they remember the carrion feeder. This game's gonna be wild. I need to speed up. We're already down to 12.5 minutes. Carrion feeder action. Yeah. Okay. This consumptive goo lives and anything is possible. Vulturous Haven. That's not good. So we now need to find a way to kill that. Let's sack a nested shambler. We actually need them to kill our Fierce Band. Yeah, we need this to happen. And then, oh, this is actually going to be really good for us. And we're about to randomly get rewarded for playing out the Emblazoned Golem too. I was not expecting this to be good for us, but here we are. Opponent has to be at least a little bit confused by this. So now, and I guess we can play the land. I don't think we need to. We get to reanimate this. Oh, no, we do need to play land. Reanimate this. Proliferate. Done. Fight the flyer. They should sack it to carrion feeder. What? Oh, I don't... Oh, geez. I didn't realize how that worked. Shoot. Wow, that's so bad for me. Well, turns out knowing how my cards work would have been good. We're not just dead, though. Like, we should be mostly alright, kind of. We need consumptive goo to get us there. If consumptive goo does not get us there, then we're gonna die. That was really unfortunate that I didn't understand that. I wonder what our play was supposed to be. Get back snare spinner? But then we're in like a pretty similar spot. I don't know. It was definitely a bad play though. The Bardiche. Yeah, I messed that up. Avon comes in. Yeah. I guess I needed... We're just gonna die if we're not careful. Oh, Ren's Run Hydra. That's very good. Okay, that might give me a fighting chance. How big is this? It's a 6/6. I think that's big enough. Is this? Yeah, this has 5 power. Wow. We might actually be able to stabilize here. Oh my gosh, I played this so poorly by going for that Fierce Band reanimate. I didn't understand how busted this Nomad was. Oh, Chris, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We are, yeah, I was planning on sending, oh, creatures you control of menace? Ah, I'm dead. We are just omega dead here. Yeah, we managed to survive to game 2 of the finals. Yeah, things are okay here, but I misplayed a couple turns ago. We had some awkward draws, misbuilt the deck slightly. Very interesting stuff, though. Very instructive Magic, and we're gonna die to an alpha here. Not just sending everything? Pretty sure sending everything. Oh, Sleep. Yeah, that would do it. Sleep is a pretty sick card. Happy to make it to the finals, though, even if we didn't make it to game 3. I don't know. Definitely used a bunch of our clock. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if alpha is like literally lethal for the opponent. Like, this has to be blocked. This probably has to be blocked. And then there's this which can't be blocked. This which has to be blocked. So then it's 2, 4, 6, and then I have 1 creature left that can't block anything. And then it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're 1 short of lethal here, but I assume it's got to be correct for them to just go for it. Spiraling wrecked you. Yeah, I got very lucky to survive spiraling, I think. His deck seemed very good. Opponent goes for this play, which, of course, is not going to kill me immediately, but it doesn't really matter because I can't beat them untapping with Angrath. Yeah, we're just going to pass the turn here. Really sick game. The opponent's deck was very good, and I did misplay. I can take another second, too, to actually like describe how I misplayed instead of just saying I misplayed. Amass 2. Yeah, might as well make the 4/4. Where even is the 4/4? There it is. And then equip there. Yeah, it's a lethal threat. Might as well go for it, right? But if you just attack with that, actually it still kills me because even though I can shrink it with the goo, the Exalted trigger is going to kill me still. Yeah. kill this stupid healer, which sort of won them the game.